The first one with it was with another guy that I was living with who worked at the ABC with me, and we were just like, let's make something together. And funnily enough, that experience having a big crew was great, and I was kind of saw it, but it was a little bit overwhelming as well. And I was like, I used to make things with just my friends, and so I thought, let's see if I can find somewhere in between and scale back the crew. I think too, having a bigger crew, and they knew that I was inexperienced, they weren't listening to me as much. So I was like, I need to take control a little bit more, have a smaller crew, people I really trust and like, but obviously knew what they were doing as well. So that kind of started Lost Art, was bringing together a team that I knew and wanted to work with. The first short for that was Demons Among Us, which was a short before I made the feature film. And that's where I met Nick Kochis, who I still work with today on special effects and all the prosthetics and creature effects. Girlfriend at the time, Claire Whitcomb, she did the music, which she also did for the feature film Demons Among Us. It's pretty much me and Nick and Fabian Pisani, who produced Monstro and has produced a few other things for me. I've made about 10 short films and I don't know, probably about 15 video clips, music video clips. Which I think is a great way to cut your teeth, and you try stuff and sometimes you fail, sometimes you succeed, but yeah, it's the best way to learn, and especially if you're trying to flesh out your own style and trying to find your own voice, it's a great way to do it. And bands who are doing cool stuff, they got no money for video clips, but usually they'll give you the creative freedom to do something cool. Well, when you're asked to do a clip for $0, that's fine if they're your friends and you really, or you just love the band, you want to do it. Get them behind it as well, get them doing as much as they possibly can. Produce it, chase up the props and the costumes and the locations, organise all the extras, because they'll soon realise there's no such thing as doing it for $0. I had about 6 short films that I really was proud of, that I wanted to do something with. I actually made them for Trasharama, Dick Dale's festival, which is fantastic. I had a lot of fun making films for that. So they all had a theme to them, they were like horror, sci-fi, over-the-top gore. I usually made them after a feature film where we had heaps of prosthetics left, and Nick had a shed full of stuff, and we're like, let's make a fun short film and fill it for a gore and stupidity. And so so I wanted to make like a Twilight Zone web series that kind of featured each short film and have a cool bookend for it, and because I love all those Twilight Zone, and they're unreal. So I did the first one, and I really dug, and I thought, cool, this works, got a cool concept for it and everything. And I don't know, have you ever tried to put something on the internet? It's miserable. It's a miserable place. It's like, I think I got like 100 hits, and then I was just like, I know that's not a reason not to do stuff, but it kind of is as well. You're like, what's the point if no one's watching it?
Greetings from Tromaville. Welcome to digitally remastered DVD director's cut. Stuart Simpson's Demons Among Us. There are demons among us. Demons among us. Demons among us.
Kicking off on my first feature film came from, everyone wants to make a feature film when you're a filmmaker, but I thought I could pull it off because I had made a bunch of short films up to that point. So I thought, well, I'll just treat it like, a few scenes of the short film, and I'll just do it a bit at a time. Made all the mistakes, too much cast, too many locations, way too ambitious. Some we thought would take a year, took like 2.5 years to shoot. I think all my feature films would cost around about 10 grand. I was working, so I would just pay as I go. You just go, I've got money now, I'll make a little bit more and keep going. Lost Art was kind of, I'd pulled together a really good team, and everyone knew that they were going to be doing it for free and on weekends. Just such a learning curve, until you just go out there and do it. That's the best way to learn. And cool thing about actors is they know other actors, a lot of their friends are actors. So if you got them on board and they really are passionate about the project, they'll, you talk to them and go, I need this person still and I need that character filled, and they'll make suggestions for you. Demons Among Us changed quite a lot, yeah, unfortunately. Like I said, it was very ambitious. I always tend to write like there's no restrictions and then see how I can get around it. I still, have that opinion, and I think I've come up with better resolutions for doing ambitious stuff and pulling it off. But then since I was learning, a lot of it was, shit, and it either got cut or it was, I had to rewrite it, and it's just, not as spectacular as I would like to, especially the ending. I had a ridiculous ending that ends up in this like mansion with the Illuminati and all this sort of stuff. But I got pulled. I think I just had so many ideas in my head that you just throw them all at everything, and that's what I learned too. You can't throw everything at it. You want the film to have a tone and a character of its own. It works sometimes, I think, because it's the character is just fucking losing the plot and he's crazy. So I wanted to reflect that.
Come on, you little fuck!
When I finished, I was like, this is going to be great. It's going to be embraced everywhere and all that sort of thing. I think everyone thinks with their babies. And then I was just like, nah, like that one, Demons, I only got into like about 4 festivals or so. Yeah, with feature films, you're trying to sell them. So festivals is a way to get it out there. Festivals are a market as well. You've got distributors going to these things, looking for films to pick up, to put on their catalogue. So you've got to do it. And it's the way to create buzz. You got people going there, and then they'll write reviews, and it's just to get that train moving. Anyway, and I played at Perth Film Festival in Muff in Melbourne, and like I said, at Perth, Lloyd Kaufman saw it and he really dug it. I bumped into the runner in Perth. I didn't actually meet Lloyd there, and she said, I was driving around, he loved your film. I'll give you his details. And so I just got chatting on email then, and I grew up loving Troma movies. I was like, the idea of being amongst those titles I thought would be really cool. But Lloyd was straight up, he was like, it might help you get your film out there, but you're not going to make it any money. So I knew that, and I was like, whatever. It's just hopefully it gets seen, and might lead on to something else. It helped me learn how to be a filmmaker a bit more, but I think enough people in Melbourne maybe knew about it that they would put their hand up to help me make the next one, and that just has happened throughout all my films. The better they get, the more you attract more people. Every time I have a film play in a film festival, I always get a bunch of emails afterwards from distributors and sales agents saying what's happening with it, this and that. And so it's hard to place which festival got you one particular lead or not, but it just all of a sudden you're out there and the film's kind of on the market.